99% of people will never pass through this gate. Not because they aren't allowed, but because they are too weak to handle what's on the other side. The Roman Empire wasn't built by men who followed their feelings. It was built by men who mastered the one habit you are currently lacking. A habit so powerful, it turned peasants into gods and a city of brick into a city of marble. If you're looking for motivation, swipe away. This is about discipline. This is about the empire habit that separates the icons from the forgotten. Are you ready to stop being a barbarian and start building your legacy? Let's begin. Rome didn't conquer the world with numbers. They conquered it with organization, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to a system. The Romans didn't have special tools. They had a special mindset, a mindset of constant improvement, or, as they called it, continua emendatio. Every morning, a Roman citizen would wake up and ask, how can I be a better man? A better father, a better citizen than yesterday? Compare that to today. We wake up and ask, what did I miss on my phone? We are comfortable, yet unfulfilled. We avoid pain, yet we suffer more than ever. The problem isn't that you don't know what to do. You read the self-help books. You listen to the podcasts. Watch the videos. The knowledge is there, but the execution is missing. The problem is you can't do it. You quit when it gets hard. You let an emotion, a simple whim, or a momentary desire for comfort dictate your entire day. In the eyes of a Roman legionnaire, you would be considered a slave, not a slave to a master, but a slave to your own impulses. The one habit that changes everything is mind over body. It's the ability to make a decision and stick to it regardless of how you feel. When a legionnaire was tired, cold, and facing a horde of barbarians, he didn't check his feelings. He followed the plan. He knew that if he didn't, the line would break and everyone would die. To the Romans, discipline was not a burden. It was the ultimate freedom. Because when you control your mind, nothing in the outside world can control you. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, wrote in his private journals, at dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for? He was the most powerful man on earth. He could have stayed in his warm bed for as long as he wanted. He could have indulged in every luxury imaginable. But he didn't. He was exercising mind over body before he even left his bed. He knew that an empire is not built in the Senate. It is built in the silence of the early morning, in the small battles we fight against our own laziness. This habit is the foundation of Stoicism. It is the realization that your body is a vessel, but your mind is the captain. If the captain sleeps, the ship hits the rocks. Most people today are sailing with a captain who is drunk on cheap dopamine and instant gratification. They seek the hack, the shortcut, the easy path. But the Romans knew that the soul is dyed the color of its thoughts. If your thoughts are weak, your life will be weak. So how do you build this empire habit? It's not about complex theories. It's about boring daily execution. Step 1, win the morning. The second you wake up, get out of bed. No snooze, no phone, no lingering in the warmth. The moment you hesitate, you have already lost the first battle of the day. By getting up immediately, you are training your brain to recognize that your commands are absolute. You're telling your body, I am in charge here, not you. Step 2, practice voluntary discomfort. Seneca, one of the wealthiest men in Rome, advised, set aside a certain number of days, during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, and say to yourself, is this the thing that I feared? Take a cold shower, skip a meal, exercise when you're tired, walk in the rain without an umbrella. Why? Because when you choose to suffer on your own terms, the world can no longer make you suffer on its terms. You become unshakable. You become dangerous to your own weaknesses. Step 3, the 5-minute rule. When you feel the urge to quit, when your muscles ache or your mind wanders, say to yourself, I will do just 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes of work, 5 more minutes of reading, 5 more minutes of silence. In those 5 minutes, you are not just working. You are rewriting your neural pathways. You are proving to yourself that your limit is nothing more than a suggestion. Step 4, evening reflection. At the end of every day, the Stoics would review their actions. They didn't judge themselves with hatred, but with the cold eye of a general. Ask yourself, where did I fail? What did I do well? What will I do better tomorrow? This is how you turn a single day of discipline into a lifetime of greatness. You've been through the gateway. You know the secret. The difference between the 99% and the 1% isn't talent, luck, or resources. It is the empire habit. It is the relentless pursuit of mind over body. You can go back to the comfort of your own barbarian habits, back to the scrolling and the complaining. Or you can start building your empire today. The choice is yours. But remember, the world doesn't need more followers. It needs men and women of character. It needs people who can stand at the gate and not blink. Make the right choice. For you, for your ancestors, and for the legacy you will leave behind. If this message resonated with you, subscribe to Emperor Wisdom for more ancient lessons